Polygon's 𝗕𝗃. This particular project has done phenomenally well over the last few years. This is something that Chris is particularly proud of, as he was scooping up 𝗕𝗃 at less than 0.5 cent. And well, we can see that it's done phenomenally well on the price chart, but that doesn't answer the question of, do we still think that 𝗕𝗃 can do a 100x from its current bear market low? And well, to answer that question, we're going to jump into the charts. We're going to review the price action of 𝗕𝗃, and we're going to give you my thoughts and opinions on where I think things could potentially be going in the future. As we get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. Let's just jump right down into this video, right? So 100x is pretty significant. It's something that a lot of people aspire to try to find within their altcoins, and are looking for those hidden gems that could potentially do 100x, maybe even more, right? And so 𝗕𝗃 was one of those projects for us way back in 2020, right? You can see the kind of significant growth here that Polygon's 𝗕𝗃 has had. And if we just take it from the low point down here of March 2020, up to the actual high, you can see it did 46,150%. Very, very significant gains, right? And something that Chris is incredibly proud of, because we found many altcoins like 𝗕𝗃 during that last bearish market, and we saw some stupid amount of profit on the back of it. Now, obviously, we've seen pretty significant pulls to the downside ever since. And when it comes to Polygon's 𝗕𝗃 here, I think we need to consider that things might not yet be over in terms of those lows, right? We need to consider a few things. So if we take a look at our structures here, we need to kind of understand, okay, well, we had the gains, we saw that up there, and that's great. And for the most part, we're not likely to come back down and revisit these lows of 2 cents or something like that, right? I don't think that's probable at all, right? So if we take a look at this, we can see so far that we have a bear market low point down here at 31.6, and we have our bull market high up at $2.92.3, right? So we have all of that distance there. So far, we've come down during this moment at 89.19%, okay? And then we've rallied back up again. Now, this puts us on the June 2022 low point as being the current bear market low. Now, if we measure the distances here from what looks to be the first kind of 5-wave movement, then we are in fact in a 5-wave drop, meaning that we haven't yet finished the structure. So we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. It's a pretty obvious one, but it can be seen in a couple of different ways, right? So this one here would be a bearish situation where we would see an A, B, C structure taking us down deeper, and so therefore we've still got to go down into new bear market lows. The alternative to this is that we're actually in a running flat correction like so. However, that running flat correction has overextended what you'd expect to see of that particular 5-wave pattern. In fact, it comes down just a fraction further than you would expect it to. So for the most part, it's something that we can consider only if we break up higher than the previous all-time high. So we'll keep that in the back burner. We'll see how things kind of go. But for the most part, we've got two options here. If we break the 31.6, then of course we're going to be going down in that bearish situation where we're probably going to be looking significantly lower. So for that, we'll go ahead and use this for the premise of how high things could potentially go later. That will put us at between 10 and 17 cents at this point of recording. And I am recording this in advance, guys, so the price action or the current price will be slightly different to what you guys see, but it doesn't really make a bearing on this particular video content. Not unless, of course, we've broken down lower than 31.6 or higher than $2.92, which I wouldn't expect over the next couple of days or so. But for the most part, you can see, you know, current price where I am at the point of recording this video. So yeah, under the bearish situation, we would look at this as a potential A, B, C zigzag pattern taking us down into these low areas. And if we use this low, then that allows us to kind of give us the best kind of conservative target for the highs, but also it gives us that idea as to whether or not 100x is possible under those conservative movements. So if we come down into this area, we can see that we had a fantastic 5-wave move upwards with a truncated 5th wave move. That's fine. We've got a couple of different ways of looking at it. I'm going to look at it from here because I don't really know what happened prior. So I'm going to take this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it marries up quite nicely with the rest of the market with a truncated 5th wave movement. That means that I would still be expecting 5 waves to happen after this low point. Okay, so my expectations are that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 move, and it's probably going to have to be a lot more impulsive than that, something to this effect, right? That means that I'll be targeting out 1 to 1.236 on the fib scale. Take that over to our lows over here, 10 cent. I'll go ahead and put that to, that's not right. I want to actually move that one up to 10 cent, because if I move this to the 10 cent range, what that's going to allow me to do is going to let me basically use this low point down here at 10.1, and it'll give me the idea of where we're heading, right, between the 1 and the 1.236 on the fib scale. So if I draw this on, that gives us our target range between $46 and $195. Now, boy, that would be absolutely insane, right? So I don't think that's something that we can kind of consider under the current circumstances. We need to see the supply shrink down quite a bit, and we would also need to see the demand increase an awful lot. Not to say that it's impossible, but I think we're going to have to focus in on some previous targets because I just don't think we're going to see that kind of growth right out of the gate. Now, I could be wrong. Obviously, you know, it's possible that we do these kind of things. However, I think we need to be more conservative. So our minimum expectation is going to be the previous all-time high. The double top is always the minimum expectation, but I do see some interesting areas actually around this range over here, more between the 618 and the 786. Now, this would be an interesting zone, I think, for a new bull market top. Okay, that would essentially be between $4.44 and $12.41. That means, yes, Matic could theoretically do a 100x if we go down to 10 cent, because essentially what it's saying is you go to $10 Matic. And I do think that that is something that we might actually be able to see in the next bullish market. We are going to see probably one of the biggest bull markets in the history of crypto, in my opinion, given all the ETFs. You see BlackRock with their Bitcoin ETF. I think this is going to have a big driver, not just for Bitcoin, but for also Ethereum. And because Ethereum will also have a very significant run, I think the likes of Polygon's Matic as a layer 2 is going to do something very, very crazy. $46, I can't rule it out, but I think it's probably better to be thinking around that kind of $10 to $12 range. Meaning a 100x is theoretically possible here for Polygon's Matic, but we will have to see more deeper price action, in my opinion, first. In order to kind of push up into those ranges, we want to first of all drop down towards that 10 cent range. That might also seem quite ludicrous or quite difficult for the price action of Matic to do that, but it is where I think things have to kind of head in order to kind of finish this out. Now, of course, it could just be a double bottom at 31.6. That's also a possibility we have to consider, but for the most part, I think targeting out towards 10 cent or 10 to 17 cent, that's going to get us the biggest potential chance to see a 100x in the future. So I'm going to leave this video there. It gives us a bit of an idea as to kind of where I think things are heading on Polygon's Matic. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you think that's reasonable expectations between $4 and $12, or do you think, now let's go for the 46, why not, or $200? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you found it useful, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe, and guys, if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors, and none of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.